Type of kids in high school. I think all of you had those people who are trying to seem cool, straight A students, losers, or just smokers. So out of all that, I was a loser, a smoker, and trying to seem cool. What for, you may ask? But I'll tell you, I have no freaking idea. I'm adult now, so I forget my childhood by the day. But my memories of school still remain, and I wouldn't go back there. It's a rotten place. I wouldn't want to study at all because of the people who studied with me in the same class. I'm not happy that I was taught to smoke, drink there, but at the same time I'm glad they taught me to do it then. If they did not, how would I rest now? Okay, that's my introduction. Let's go. I'll tell you what I had at school. The first and probably most common type of people are smokers. They are learned with their weight of attraction, like a craving. Right? So these guys and I would gather in the toilet and smoke in there. I remind you that this video is not a propaganda or anything. I just share my experience and I do not advise you to repeat it. So standing in the school toilet, I got really high. This was the only reason to go there, as basically in any educational place. Never go to the toilets during breaks. It can be dangerous for your reputation. Once we started recording a video when some kid goes in the toilet to do his business. Respectively, what else can you do in there? Taking pictures, making videos, calling everyone and laughing. So we were total freaks. I think you have them at school too, or had them. Next is the second type, the nerds. My company wanted to punch people like him. That guy, his name was Joe, we just hated him. He was one of those who reminded the teacher about homework, tests, and everything. And such guys are really hated in all schools, and our gang obviously wanted to almost kill him. I don't know what's up with this guy now, but if he is making money as a witness, he's lucky with a job. The third type is just complete losers, one of whom was me. I wasn't interested in subjects, none. I was waiting for a break instead so I could go out already, take a puff and relax completely. But sometimes the wait was too long, so I had to go out during class. That's all I can say about this type. I think all of us were at the age when we dabbled with smoking, and someone never really got rid of it. It's weird. You should, get rid of it. Anyway, I'm no exception. I'll tell you a story of how my friends and I smoked in the toilet. It was a fun time. I had it when I was in 9th grade. Every break we'd go to the toilet, so that wasn't the safest place, there was a chance that someone would go in there, and that's what usually happened. The first time we went to smoke in the toilet, we had regular cigarettes. These are quite popular American cigarettes, real tobacco I guess. By the end of class, my classmate and I went to the toilet and checked it for smoke detectors. We didn't want the school to be evacuated because of us, although we loved that kind of thing. So we just lit a cigarette, locked ourselves in a stall, and were smoking. At some point, we ourselves got disgusted by the cigarettes. They stank so bad that it seems to us that the smell was almost all over the school. And then my friend said to me, "You know what? Maybe screw the cigarettes. Let's throw them out before somebody comes in here." This time you're insanely right, my dear friend. And we threw the cigarettes down the toilet. After pressing the flush button, we had another problem. They wouldn't flush. So I went to another stall, took a brush from there since ours didn't have one, and pushed the cigarettes down the toilet. The idea was so brilliant that it worked. After that, we decided to switch to a vape. At that time, kids from the 5th grade dabbled in such things, so I heard enough about them. I bought myself a good vape straight away. At that time, I was saving up for a computer, but habits are not a cheap thing, so don't smoke. Anyway, as I said, I bought a vape, some liquid for it. At that time, I didn't care about the taste. I was not a true connoisseur of vape, so it was hard for me. But after a while, I got used to it, and I couldn't imagine a break without vaping. This way, I was able to protect myself from being expelled from school, since a lot of people were vaping, so I had someone to blame it on. Yeah, that's how I did it. So coming home after school, I was also walking and smoking. That was the moment when I had to do it a lot, because when I got home, my mom was there, which would have a very negative effect on the fact that I was smoking there. I walked up to the house, put the vape in my jacket pocket by habit. I think you know where I'm going with this, but I'll tell you anyway. I came home, left the vape in my jacket, and ran to wash my hands and eat. And as I was washing my hands, I heard this. the hell is this? Then I instantly understood what it was about and started making up excuses. Drops of sweat slid down my forehead, I was hot, my eyes went dark, and I thought these were the last minutes of my life. And as soon as I turned around, I was immediately kicked in the teeth. I don't remember anything else. Yo. You know, I realized that being a nicotine dependent is not a cheap thing for me, especially with the current prices. But thanks to this thing, a bunch of stories have happened to me that I'll tell you about. And I don't recommend repeating them ever. Here I am lying asleep. I wake up because it's time for school or university or wherever you need to go. Well, I absolutely do not care. I'm asleep. I opened my eyes and the first place my hand reaches out is not the phone. My hand is searching for a cool vape that I bought instead of a computer. Check out the previous videos. And it feels really weird. I used to get up first, eat, and only then started taking my big puffs. But now, as soon as I open my eyes, I immediately grab my vape. It's not healthy. I wouldn't advise it. I'll tell you a story from school when I really wanted to get high so badly that I had to do it right in front of the teacher. I mean, really sitting in class, I had to take a drag. I was sitting at my desk and suddenly I wanted to smoke. I thought it would be easy, like, go to the toilet and smoke and that's it. No problem, but the teacher was terrible. He just wouldn't let me go out. And time was already running out. I had a feeling that without nicotine, I just couldn't survive the lesson. So I get under the desk, start vaping, and oh yes, it was a real high. I even didn't feel fear that because in the toilet I was repeatedly caught smoking. After that moment the bell rang and I went to the toilet to smoke. So it was a normal day of a schoolboy. Probably any schoolboy. If you also had such situations, then write them in the comments. We'll laugh together. After school my addiction didn't end. I was going home and try to get high enough to last until the evening because my mom is at home and smoking in front of my mom is problematic. It's easy to get a kick in the teeth from her. I tried to not get caught in any way, so I only took vape when I went to the toilet, I sat there and smoked, or when I took a shower. Sometimes my mom noticed some steam after me in the bathroom or a strange smell, but I was such a genius that I thought it through. About the steam, I said that I just took a hot shower. And about the smell of strawberries, I bought a real shower gel with the same smell as my liquid in the vape. That's the genius I am. So I was kind of a genius smoker, which by the way is a worthy title I guess. But I would never advise you to get it. It's better to get rid of all that crap but I am lazy. That's all for now. Write your stories.